Hello everyone. Today we are discussing about essential process modeling. That's from chapter 3. Let's get started. Introduction to process modeling. What is process modeling? A technique used to visually represent business process, helping organization analyze, optimize and automate workflows. And why is it important? It improves efficiency and transparency, helps identify bottlenecks and areas for improvement. Also, it aids in communication between business and IT teams. Business process modeling notation. Basics. A standard notation used to represent business process graphically, and it's developed by Object Management Group. It also helps in understanding and improving business workflows. And why use BPMN? It's universally recognized and standardized, helps create clear, structured, and precise process models. Also, bridges gap between business and IT. And here are a few symbols of business process modeling notations. Since there are hundreds of different designs, these are very basics and common symbols that we use in our normal BPMN diagrams. The core elements of BPMN. BPMN consists of 4 core elements, which are flow object, connecting objects, swim lanes, and artifacts. Branching and merging. Branching and merging are key concepts in process modeling, where the flow of a process can split or combine based on conditions or parallel execution. It's used in decision making, parallel workflow, and rework cycle to ensure process efficiency. Types of branching and merging. Exclusive decisions or XOR gateway, where one path is chosen. Parallel execution or AND gateway, all paths run simultaneously in this. Inclusive decision or gateway, one or more path may be followed. Rework and repetitions, which includes loops and cycle in a process. So here are the symbols of those gateways. You can see the first XOR gateway and OR gateway and decision or merge and the parallel join. Exclusive decision or XOR gateway, used when only one path is in a process can be followed based on a decision. Example, order approval process. If a payment is approved, then process the order. If payment is rejected, notify the customer and take the payment. Parallel execution or AND gateway, used when multiple tasks must run simultaneously. Example, employee onboarding. HR processes paperwork while IT sets up system access at the same time. Inclusive decision or OR gateways, used when one or more path can be executed based on conditions. Example, loan approval process. If income is high, approve the loan directly. If income is moderate, request additional documents. If income is low, reject the loan. Rework and repetition. Loop of cycles, used when a task needs to be repeated before moving forward. Example, document review process. If the document is approved, move forward. If changes are needed, send it back for edits. And next, let's start with business objects. Business objects represents key entities involved in a business process. They store and transfer information between different process steps. Example, invoice, order, customer record. And why are business objects important? They ensure structured information flow in the process, helps in tracking business transactions, also provide context and dependencies between process activities. Business objects in process modeling. Role of business objects. Input and output. Business objects acts as an input to activities and outputs after processing. Data flow, they connect process steps by carrying relevant information. States and life cycle. Objects involve through different stages. Example, order object moves from pending, processed to finally shipped. An example of order processing business object. Customer places an order. Order object is created, which is in pending state. Payment is confirmed. Order object updates to processed. Order is shipped. Then order objects update to shipped. Business objects versus data objects. Definition of business objects. Business object represents a business entity, example, order or invoice, while data object represents data supporting a task, example, a document or a spreadsheet. Scope of a business object used across multiple business processes, and scope of data objects limited to specific task or activity. Example for business objects, an order moving through different stages, and example for data objects, a PDF attached to an email. A PDF invoice attached to an email. Business objects have a life cycle, while data objects are often static references. Business objects in BPMN models. How business objects are represented in BPMN? Data objects, which are represented supporting informations. Data stores represent long-term storage of business objects, and message flows, which shows business object interactions between processes. Example of business BPMN representation of an order object. A customer places an order. Order is created. Order is processed. Order object updates to processing. When finally order is shipped, order object updates to shipped. Resources. Resources refers to the people, systems and materials required to execute a business process. Every activity in a business process model is performed by a resource, a human or a machine. Importance of resources. It ensures tasks are completed efficiently, affect process performance and costs, essential for process optimization and automation. Types of resources in business processes. There are different types of resources in business processes, mainly the human resource, second one automated resources, third one physical resources. Well, human resource or people where employee managers, customer service representatives will be involved, responsible for manual tasks like approval or customer interaction. Automated resources would be systems and technology like software applications like ERP, CRM, BPMS, which automates workflows, AI driven decision making. Physical resources or material and equipment, which includes machines, inventory, or office supplies. It's used in manufacturing, logistics, and service goods. Resource allocation in business process models. Resource allocation or resources are assigned to specific tasks based on skills, availability, and capacity. Example, an HR manager approves leave requests while an IT system processes payroll. Resource pool, group of resources that can be assigned by dynamically to tasks. Example, a call center has multiple agents assigned to incoming queries. Optimizing resource allocation. Strategies to improve resource efficiently. Workload balancing, distribute tasks evenly across employees. Automation, use AI and RPA to reduce manual work. Capacity planning, forecast demand to ensure adequate staffing. Benefits of optimized resource allocation. Faster process execution, reduced operational cost, improved customer satisfaction. Next, process decomposition. Process decomposition is the act of breaking down a complex business process into smaller, more meaningful or manageable processes, sub-processes. Helps in understanding, analyze, and improve business workflows. Why is it important? Simplifies complex processes, enhances process clarity and efficiency, facilitates better communication among stakeholders. Hierarchical structure of process decomposition. Different level of process decomposition. First one, high level process or main process represent an end-to-end business functions. Example, order to cash, from order placement to payment collection. Next, mid-level sub-processes breaks down the high-level process into smaller logical units. Example, order processing, payment verification, and shipping. Lastly, low-level activities or tasks or steps. The detail level where individual tasks with a sub-process are defined. Example, validate customer details, generate invoice, and update inventory. Benefits of process decomposition. Why should business use process decomposition? Because clarity and better understanding breaks down complexity into structured steps. Next, improved process analysis helps identify inefficiencies and bottlenecks. Easier process automation. Well defined steps enable automation tools to be applied efficiently. Enhanced communication. Clear models helps stakeholders across different departments. Best practices of process decomposition. Key guidelines. Start with a high level view before breaking it down. Ensure each sub process adds value to the overall process. Maintain a logical flow. Avoid unnecessary complexity. Keep consistency in naming and structuring sub processes. Lastly, process model reuse. Process model reuse refers to the practice of reusing existing process models instead of creating a new model from scratch. Helps standardize processes, reduce redundancy, and improve efficiency. Why is process model reuse important? Saves time and effort in business process modeling, ensures consistency across different departments and projects, helps organization adapt proven best practices. Benefits of process model reuse. Efficiency reduces the effort required to create a new model. Next one, consistency. Standardized models ensure uniformity in process execution and also cost reductions. Avoids redundant work, saving resources. Faster implementation speeds up business process automation and improvement. Also, knowledge sharing encourages the best practice adoption across teams. Challenges in business process model reuse. Process variability, which means one model may not fit all business scenarios. Integration uses. Adapting reuse model to different IT systems. Model complexity. Large process model may be difficult to understand and modify. Lack of documentation. Poorly documented models hinder reuses. Approaches to process model reuse. Copy paste reuse. Directly copying an existing process model and making modification. Second one, reference model reuse, using a best practice process model as a template. Third one, parameterized reused, creating customizable templates for different scenarios. Fourth, modular reuse, breaking down models into reuse components or subprocess. Best practice for efficient or effective process model reuse. Maintain a centralized process repository, store reusable models in a shared location. Ensure proper documentation, which clearly defines process steps, roles, and variations. Also, adopt a modular design, which creates flexible models that can be adapted easily. Regular review and update models. Keep them aligned with business needs. Lastly, let's take an example for process model reuse in action. A global retail company reuse a standardized order fulfillment process across different regions. And the challenges, each region had slightly different requirements for order processing, and the solution would be used a modular approach with common steps and region specific customizations. So the outcome would be faster process implementation, 50% reduction in modeling time. So this is all about the chapter 3. Thank you.